Hi friends, in this video I'm going to share with you 4 powerful ways to be more confident. See, in today's world there is a lot of uncertainty. There has always been uncertainty, but sometimes it seems more than other times. And when there is uncertainty, there is anxiety, and anxiety is the enemy of confidence. So how do you be more confident? I've been teaching confidence, leadership, happiness for over 30 years all over the world. And I'd like to share with you my perspective and share with you 4 ways to be more confident even when times are uncertain. Let's begin.
Didn't even get to bronze.
Hi friends, my name is Avinash Ananda and I'm here to share with you 4 ways on how to be super confident even in uncertain times. I'd like to share with you first a psychological law. See, like we have laws in the physical world, like the law of gravity. The law of gravity works whether you believe it or you don't believe it. Similarly, there are some laws of psychology, laws of the mind, which work whether you understand them or don't understand them, whether you believe them or you don't believe them. One of them is called the law of control. The law of control simply states that people feel good about themselves to the exact degree to which they feel they're in control of their lives. And they feel bad about themselves to the exact degree to which they feel they are out of control of their lives. So how do you feel good when nothing is in control? Or when many things are out of control? How are we able to be confident in a VUCA world where V is volatility, U is uncertainty, C is change, crisis or chaos or confusion, depending on which C you like, and A is ambiguity? And when the world is dynamically changing, the old rules simply don't apply because the new situations we've never experienced before. How do we be confident in such times? How do we be confident and achieve our goals when we see so many barriers, so many challenges, and challenges that we don't even understand? Let me share with you a powerful story, and this story contains the 4 ways to be confident in any situation. This story is about a man who walks to a certain spot on the bank of a river, and he wants to get to the other side. Now, the river is long, of course, but it's also very, very wide, very broad. And this river is very difficult to get across because it's raging. The waves are absolutely wild and uncontrollable, and many people have drowned in that river. It's not easy to get across that river, but he wants to do it. So when he wants to do it, he doesn't know what lies before him. There is uncertainty, there is anxiety. So what does he do? He prays to God. He believes in God, he prays to God. Now it so happens in this story that God is in a good mood. See, for most of us, when we pray to God, we have to believe that God is listening to us because there is no conversation that we can have, or at least most people don't hear God replying. But in this case, what happens in this story, God replies. So he asks God for something. He says, God, please grant me the strength so I may get across the river. So God replies, and God gives him muscles. God gives him great muscles. He gives him the ability to swim. He gives him strong legs, and he says, go, swim across. Okay. So the man swims across the river. He almost drowns 3 times, but he makes it across the river, but it takes him 4 hours. Okay. But he makes it. So he's very happy. Now the story continues that there is another man who arrives at that same spot where this man used to be, on the bank of the river, and he also wants to get across the river. Now please, this is a story. Don't ask me why these guys, all of them, want to go across the river, but they want to. Now when this guy wants to go across the river, and he cannot see how, and there's uncertainty and anxiety there, so what does he do? He turns to faith. He also prays to God, and God continues to be in a good mood. So when he prays to God, he says, God, please give me the strength to get across the river, but also give me the resources to get across the river. God says, no problem. And he gives him not only the muscles, but he also gives him boat, and he gives him the oars, and he says, go. So this guy goes across the river and he uses the oars of the boat, and there's a big wave that comes and he almost capsizes, the boat almost drowns, one of the oars falls away, but somehow he makes it in 1.5 hours. So 1.5 hours he makes it across the river and he's very happy. A third guy comes to that same spot, and this guy, when he prays to God, he says, God, grant me the strength, grant me the resources, but mainly, God, grant me the wisdom. How can I get across this river in the best way possible? God, remaining in the good mood that he is, I think all day that day he was in a good mood for this story, and he gave him a map. In the map, it was written that if you walk south for 10 minutes, you will find a bridge. So he walks that way and he goes across the bridge that goes across the river in 15 minutes flat. Okay, so in 25 minutes the guy is right there. Okay. What a powerful story. Okay. While it's funny, it has its messages. But we're going to focus only on the 4 messages, which are the 4 ways to be confident even when times are uncertain. The 4 ways are: number 1, resources. Okay. What are the resources in this story that the different men got? One of the men got the boat, he got the oars, another man got the map. All these are resources. So resources can help us. What are the resources that we have in our life? The resources we have could be some money, it could be financial resources, it could be human resources, it could be contacts. Our resources could be our family. Our resources could be somebody who is a mentor who tells us, I'll show you the way. Okay. There could be somebody who is there to pick us up when we fall. He says, I got your back, bro. Resources. Resources are important. People who have some saved up money, they tend to be more confident and take bigger risks than people who have less money saved up. People who see possibilities around them in their environment, they are able to be more confident. So resources are important. Most motivational speakers don't speak of resources, but this is a reality. So we must be grateful for the resources we have. We must utilize the resources we have in the best possible way. And we must be more confident because of these resources. It's one way. The second way that comes across in this story is resourcefulness. Resourcefulness is capability. It is competence. It is strength. In the story, it is the muscles. It is the ability to swim. It is the ability to row. The skill, the mindsets, the skill sets. These are your resourcefulness, or this is your confidence that comes from competence. When you have the capability, when you are prepared, you are able to handle things better. You are able to get better results. If you learn to do something and learn it well enough, you will be confident in that thing that you learned. So develop your confidence by learning. Develop your confidence by competence. Develop your confidence by developing your capability. So one way to develop your confidence is develop your resources, or see what you have around you which you can fall back on. The second way is develop your resourcefulness or your competence, your capability. The third way, which is in the story also, is faith. Faith gives motivation. Faith, hope, motivation, or belief. Okay. All of them believed in God. What does belief do? Belief gives you the energy to KOKO, keep on keeping on. I call it Coco formula. Keep on keeping on, keep on. Because when you fall down, you can get up and continue if you have the hope, if you have the courage, if you have the positivity, if you have the belief. So it's very important to develop belief. How to develop belief? The way to develop belief, the way to overcome fear is to have faith. The way to develop belief is to talk to yourself positively. Tell yourself all will be well. Even if there's no proof that all will be well. Even when things are uncertain. In fact, it is when things are uncertain. It is when things are challenging that you need to be positive, that you need to have belief. What's the point being positive when everything is positive? You have to be positive when things are not positive. That's called real belief. That's called real motivation. So we have here resources. We have resourcefulness or competence or capability. We have here belief or motivation or positivity or hope. And the fourth one is clarity. See, clarity is so important. What happened with the last guy? He had the clarity because he asked for wisdom and he got a map. When you know the correct way, then there is no problem. It is said that if you are in a dark room and you are told to walk straight, you need only one of two things. Either you need motivation, courage, motivation, belief, I can do it, yes I will, let's go, because you have to overcome your fears of the darkness. Or you need the light. If you have the light, then everything is clear. When things are clear, you know what to do, what not to do. You don't need so much motivation. Clarity gives confidence. So 4 powerful ways of being confident. One is you have resources. The second is you have capability. The third, you have belief. And the fourth, you have clarity. Use them in any combination, but be confident, because it is your confidence that will keep you moving forward towards the achievement of your goals. And it is that confidence that will also motivate the people around you to also keep the faith. Thank you very much.